What's good, Jerusalem? Guess what? It's raining outside. It's wet outside. You're supposed to be sheltering in place. I don't care. We're running outside. You're going to feel better when you're done. But don't worry, at the end of this video, I'm going to give you options in case you cannot or do not wish to run outside, how you can substitute, what are some good things you can do. Here's the workout. You got a 15-minute sandwich, followed by a 10-minute sandwich, followed by a 5-minute sandwich. Here's what the sandwiches consist of. The whole wheat bread on the top and the bottom. So in the first 15 minutes, you're going to have an 800-meter run. So if you're on the average city block, it's 100 meters. You go around the block once, that's about 400 meters. So you do that twice. So you start with your 800-meter run. Then you're going to grab a pair of dumbbells. You're going to do a power clean, either from the hang, from the knees, or from the floor, depending on your skill level and your flexibility. The idea being that you're going to jump and then you're going to receive. In a good squat position, in a good rack position with your elbows up, dumbbell resting on the shoulder. Common mistakes is to swing the weight around. Don't do that. Allow the weight to travel alongside your ribs and then bring your elbows in. Boom. Quick and dirty. 40 of those, go for another 800-meter run. Then you're going to rest the remainder of that 15-minute cycle. That'll give you a few minutes of rest. Then you're going to start the second one. The second one is going to be a 400-meter run, and it's a 10-minute running clock, which starts immediately. 400-meter run, 20 or 30 Renegade rows. Here are the Renegade rows. You go into a plank position, you do a push-up, you do a left row and a right row. Now, if you're still working on your push-ups, here's what I want you to do. Do them from the knees, boom, and then the row is going to be a little tricky. You might have to spread your feet out a little bit. You'll do a row, or you'll just go into a hands and knees kind of a position and do your 30 rows that way. Okay? And then you'll do another 400-meter run. That's the second cycle. Third cycle is a 5-minute cycle. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to do 200 meters. So one time all along the block. Then you're going to do 20 burpees. Okay? Burpees, of course, the floor. And then another 200 meters and you're done. Now, what about if you're not running? What are some good substitutes? Here's what I want you to do. For every 200 meters, you're going to do 30 seconds of air squats, followed by 30 seconds of mountain climbers, okay? And then you'll alternate between the two for every 200 meters. What you might want to consider, if it's a 400-meter distance, instead of, or an 800-meter distance, is maybe do your 30 seconds of air squats, 30 seconds of mountain climbers, then do 1 minute of running in place. And that'll equal 400 meters. You can also put your hands against the wall, so you can lean a little bit and run in place. Focus on creating that number 4 position, that figure 4 position. So you're really pulling the heel towards the butt, and that should give you a sufficient stimulus. As you can see, I'm breathing pretty heavy right now. So those are your substitute options. Have fun. Take care.